We are in Memphis, Tennessee. This is the Memphis Quartet Show. With me, Billy Blackwood of the Blackwood Brothers. And Billy, welcome to Gospel Music today.
Thank you, Ken. It's great to be with you.
This is a great event, and this has been a really special week for the Blackwood Brothers. Let me ask you about a couple of the things.
Okay.
And the first one we want to mention is the night with Michael Helwig.
Yes.
That was just amazing. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
Well, Thursday night when we sang, we knew Mike was coming. He actually rode down here on the bus with us, and he has been doing something the doctors have never seen or heard. A lot of your viewers may know Mike has ALS, and you don't recover from ALS. No one ever has, but Mike is actually regaining some strength in his legs and his back, and came out on stage Thursday night with the aid of a walker, kind of dragging his legs, but moving them and walking a little bit as well. And the audience just erupted because just about everyone here knows Mike, loves Mike, has followed the whole situation with him. And he sang with us for 5 years, had to get off the road because of ALS, because he just couldn't take the rigors of travel. And that was about a year or so ago, year and a half ago. But he is improving. And through the prayers of people and just the miracle of God, he is doing something that medically has never happened before. And that is, he's gained 10 pounds in the last 4 months, which that's just unheard of. And so we have nothing to do but praise God for that. But he came out Thursday night, the place went crazy, and he sang one of his signature songs, I'd Rather Have Jesus. And it was a moment.
Yeah.
It was a show-stopping, God-honoring, praiseworthy moment.
That's a great song any night, but that night was really over.
It was really great. Right?
Yeah, that was wonderful. Yeah. And a big night for the Blackwood Brothers. Tell me, this is, I'm not sure of the exact name, the Walk of Fame.
Well, the Beale Street here in Memphis is known as the birthplace of the blues, and Elvis was the king of rock and roll. That's celebrated here. Not a lot of people know that the Blackwood Brothers moved here in 1950, and this has been our home base all these years. And Beale Street itself has a lot of music venues and notable things going on there in the music world. And they have a Walk of Fame where they embed a musical note into the sidewalk, much like the Hollywood stars do. And this is the musical note with Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee Lewis and a lot of the blues artists, B.B. King, just goes on and on. Well, they have included the Blackwood Brothers now in that walk, and we had the wonderful honor and privilege of receiving that award last night, or the inclusion in that famed walk there on Beale Street in Memphis, of having the Blackwood Brothers note embedded in the sidewalk there. So they presented that Saturday night at the Memphis Quartet Show, and it was quite a moment, kind of a who's who of Memphis music people and industry arts people were here. Kevin Kane is an old friend, director of tourism of Memphis. John Horniak, who's the executive director of NARIS, which most people know NARIS by the Grammys, National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, but they are the organization that bestows Grammys. John Horniak, the Memphis executive director, was here. Pat Kerr-Tigret, just an icon in the music arts, Memphis Arts Society. So it was just an honor. We're humbled and honored to be included in that.
We've visited all the museums.
Right.
There are displays with the Blackwood Brothers in all those places.
Right, here in Memphis, about 4 or 5 years ago, we were inducted into the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. It was only the second year. We were inducted the same year as Johnny Cash and several of the blues, Carla Thomas. But the first year was Elvis and a few other people. The second year, Johnny Cash was the main one, but we were inducted the second year. That was just 4 or 5 years ago. And when you go to the Memphis Music Hall of Fame here, you can see a display. We actually, down there right now, we kind of transfer things in and out of the display. Right now, I think all of the Grammys that my dad won, the Blackwood Brothers won, are on display there. So that's kind of a neat thing. But then they have a little video of us the night that we accepted that award here at the Hall of Fame induction. We sang an old spiritual called Every Day Would Be Sunday By and By. And it was one of those nights where everything clicked. And the audience didn't really know, and the audience was all music people, and a lot of them were receiving awards themselves. And a lot of people know the Blackwood Brothers historically, but don't really know that we're still very much alive and kicking.
Yeah.
And it was an exciting night because when we first got up, here's 4 white guys trying to sing an old spiritual, and the audience is predominantly black.
Yeah.
And a lot of great blues artists and musicians in the audience. By about a minute and a half in, they thought, "Oh my goodness, I love this. This is really good." And they started standing up and clapping along with us, and it was just a moment that night. But again, an honor to be included in the Memphis Music Hall of Fame. That's God has blessed us so much with just affirmation that you're doing what I called you to do. Just to let you know I'm proud of what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just a blessing.
Yeah. Well, Billy, it's always good to talk to you. We always look forward to hearing the Blackwood Brothers, and we want to thank you for being on Gospel Music today.
It's my pleasure, and always pleasure to be with you and Gene.